I got it. We are going to turn Secret Santa into Yankee Swap.
Take that, Saddam.
Michael should have asked the party planning committee first.
Yankee Swap is like Machiavelli meets.
We all bought gifts for specific people.
All right, I'm done now.
Lies, lies, and more lies. Lies and deceit permeate throughout the entire Scranton Strangler mystery, from the characters that we see on screen all the way back to the inner circle. It's important to recognize that the characters in the office are not always telling the truth, whether it be Dwight's fake dentist appointment,
Crentist.
Ryan misleading the shareholders,
Yes, I'm having the Scranton branch come in on one Saturday so they can re-enter sales that they made on the phone as sales made by the website, which they should have done in the first place if the website had been working.
or Michael Scarn keeping secrets.
Is that true?
I don't know. Yeah.
But what these examples have in common is that the camera crew had knowledge of them. We need to remember that the show is a mockumentary in our universe. However, in the Office universe, it's a documentary. There is a documentary crew observing the office's every move, every lie. One such lie is the Yankee Swap conspiracy. To work out what really happened during Yankee Swap, we need to play Yankee Swap. In order to do this, I've created a Yankee Swap matrix. And what we're gonna do is go through each gifter, gift, and giftee and eliminate the office characters as we go. A number of fans have attempted this throughout the years, but all have failed to solve the Scranton Strangler puzzle. Why? Because they believed the lie. So let's get all of our presents underneath the circumcised Christmas tree. Our gifters are going to be in the color blue and our giftees are going to be in the color red. Altogether, we've got 14 gifters, 14 gifts, and 14 giftees. So let's warm up with the easy ones first. The first gift is the iPod. And the iPod was of course gifted by Michael to the Sexiest in the Office award,
It was Ryan.
Ryan. So we can now eliminate them from our matrix. Next gift is the teapot. We've spent the last 3 episodes of our investigation focusing on the teapot and the card. The teapot was of course gifted by Jim to one of our 2 Scranton Stranglers, Pamela Beasley. We're off to a good start. Next is the Kelly nameplate. The gift was obviously for Kelly from who?
That was meant for Kelly.
Yeah, I figured.
Stanley Hudson. Number 3 pair eliminated, 3 from 3. We're feeling lucky, so let's go to the Shamrock keychain. Shamrock keychain was gifted by Oscar.
I got Creed. And to tell you the truth, I don't know anything about Creed.
Who got Creed in Secret Santa. 4 down, 10 to go. Our next gift demonstrates exceptional craftsmanship and artisan expertise.
I hope nobody takes this baby, because this is great. Wow, look at that fine craftsmanship.
A bespoke oven mitt. So who was the giftee of the oven mitt? Michael Scarn. And who cares about Michael a whole oven mitt's worth?
So Phyllis is basically saying, hey, Michael, I know you did a lot to help the office this year, but I only care about you a homemade oven mitt's worth. Oh, my life!
I never took my heart out.
I gave Ryan an iPod.
Phyllis Lappin, 9 to go. Next up, we have a baby poster. Now, some people in the office do actually like these.
I'll take the poster. Some people like these.
Angela Martin, she loves these baby posters. And who was the gifter? The repulsive Toby Plenderson. Another pair eliminated. Everything's going smoothly so far. Next up is the shower radio. The The shower radio was for Oscar. And who was the gifter?
Shower radio, neat.
Oh, good. That was for me.
The lovely Kelly Kapoor. So we're now halfway there. Half the gifts, gifters, and giftees have been eliminated. Next up, a book of short stories. There's someone in the office who loves short stories.
I left a copy of Best American Mystery Stories 1999 in Toby's favorite stall, so yes, I think I bought us some time.
Who could that be? Toby Flenderson. And the deleted scenes show us the gifter.
I actually got that for you. I had you originally.
Oh, cool. It looks really interesting.
Ryan Howard. So let's just do a quick inventory of who we have left. On the gifter's side, we have Creed, Kevin, Dwight, Angela, Meredith, and Pam. On the giftee side, we have Dwight, Kevin, Phyllis, Stanley, Meredith, and Jim. Our leftover gifts are an old shirt, paintballs, foot bath, shot glasses, a drawing, and a mystery gift. Now we're going to come back to this mystery gift, but just so you know what I'm referring to, we have 2 bags underneath the Christmas tree that share the same pattern. And at this stage, we can actually confirm that they are 2 separate gifts. Ryan's book of short stories came out of the smaller bag, so they are 2 separate gifts, but the contents of the larger bag remains unknown to us at this stage, but we are going to come back to that. So let's continue. Next is the foot bath. Foot baths assist with various types of hydrosis, one sufferer of which is Kevin Malone, and Kevin of course got himself a Secret Santa.
I got myself for Secret Santa. I was supposed to tell somebody, but I didn't.
He's both the gifter and the giftee. Next up is Jim as our giftee, and Jim's gift was a vintage classic.
That's from me?
A 30-year-old shirt from a 30-year-old Creed. So we're now down to our final 4, and this is where the Yankee Swap conspiracy starts to unravel. In the deleted scenes, we see that Oscar opens up the final gift.
Cool.
It was supposed to be for Meredith because she said she likes my drawings.
Thanks.
Now, Dunderpedia incorrectly titles this gift as a drawing of The Office. The only thing is, Task Force, it's not a drawing of The Office. The image is drawn from the perspective that Pam has sitting at reception, and the only characters we see in the drawing are Stanley and a disguised Phyllis. If it were a drawing of The Office, we should expect both Jim and Dwight to be in the same image. After all, we can see Jim and Dwight's desk in the drawing, but Jim and Dwight are missing. Now, Pam was the gifter and the author of this drawing. So who does Pam say the gift was for?
It was supposed to be for Meredith because she said she likes my drawings.
Meredith. Now, this is simply a lie. Pam is lying. Why on earth would Pam gift a drawing of Stanley and Phyllis to Meredith? She wouldn't. So it only makes sense that the drawing was actually for Stanley. Stanley is the prominent character in the drawing. So we've got to work a few things out. If the drawing was for Stanley, well, we need to work out what gift was actually for Meredith. We also need to work out why Pam was lying in that moment. Let's start with a lie. Why did Pam lie? If you look at the drawing carefully, you can actually see Phyllis disguised into the desk. She's not as clear or as prominent as Stanley, but she is there. Now, we did cover in the Bob Kazamakis Sex Investigation Squad overview that Stanley and Phyllis are actually having an affair throughout the series. And we haven't touched on that element of the Scranton Strangler mystery too much yet. But there are a few moments in the series where this secret relationship does get a bit of light shined upon it. A great example is in the finale when Phyllis dances with Stanley. She tells him that she misses him.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
But the better example is when Dwight shows us his surveillance room.
I'm out of here.
This is weird. You know what this is? This is a stinger.
Jim, Michael, Dwight, Phyllis, and Stanley go down to Dwight's surveillance room. Phyllis and Stanley put together a very weak excuse to get out of there. Why? They went to bang. If they were to leave the office by themselves, it would raise too much suspicion, but they had the cover of the other 3 and went to get it on. But as we know from the beginning of the series, Stanley Hudson is married. He does have a reputation for fooling around behind his wife's back, and he does court a number of lovers throughout the show. Now, this is why Pam lied about the drawing. The drawing has Stanley and Phyllis inside. If people knew the drawing was for Stanley, it could give away his affair, and Stanley would not be happy about that.
Cynthia kept calling him. She would not stop calling him, and she was in love with him.
So Pam in this moment says that the gift is for Meredith and deflects the truth away from Stanley. So if the drawing was really for Stanley, what was Meredith's gift? We're given the Dunder code for this Scranton Strangler puzzle in the episode itself.
We all bought gifts for specific people.
We all bought gifts for specific people. That's the Dunder code when you consider Kelly's nameplate, for example, or the book of short stories, or the poster for Angela, right? They're all specific to the giftee. So we really need to look at the gifts that are left over and see which one fits Meredith the best. We've got paintball pellets, a mystery gift, and the shot glasses. Meredith is the office alcoholic. The shot glasses were for Meredith. The gift fits her persona the best. And remember, the Dunder code is we bought gifts for specific people. So if they're for Meredith, who was the gifter? Our last three gifters are Meredith, Dwight, and Angela. Now, it can't be Dwight because we know Dwight bought the paintballs, so it's between Angela or Meredith. And this is where our mystery gift and the similarity in the pattern on the bags come into play. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to quickly confirm that none of the other gifts were actually in that bag. The iPod was wrapped, not in a bag, so it wasn't the iPod. The teapot was in a wrapped box, so it wasn't the teapot. The vintage shirt was in a plastic bag, so it wasn't the shirt. The oven mitt was in wrapping paper, so it wasn't the oven mitt. The shower radio was wrapped, so it wasn't the shower radio. The foot bath was in a larger gift bag, so it wasn't the foot bath. Kelly's nameplate was in a box that was wrapped, so it wasn't the nameplate. The baby poster was rolled up in a tube, not in a bag, so it wasn't the baby poster. The shot glasses were in a box, wrapped in wrapping paper and a blue ribbon, so it wasn't the shot glasses. The paintballs were wrapped, not bagged, so it wasn't the paintballs. Pam's drawing was also rolled up in a tube, it wasn't in a bag, so it wasn't the drawing. The Shamrock keychain doesn't need a bag, so it wasn't the keychain. And Toby's book of short stories was in the smaller of the two gift bags. So we are definitely left with the larger gift bag as the final mystery gift. But its pattern is exactly the same as the gift bag that Ryan gave to Toby. So we can assume that both bags were actually purchased together from the same retailer. So who could have gone with Ryan to purchase the gift bag? I can tell you now, it was Meredith. Firstly, Meredith and Ryan sit on the same desk cluster. It is only the two of them there. But we also know definitively that they left the office together in this episode to purchase additional party supplies. In the early parts of the episode, Michael walks into the conference room where the PPC is planning the party. Michael gives them more cash, tells them to double napkins, double the cups, because he wants the party to pop off. Now, in the following scenes, we do see Phyllis in the office as they're moving the desks, and we do see Pam and Angela setting up the conference room table. We don't see Meredith and we don't see Ryan. Why? Because Meredith and Ryan left to purchase the additional party supplies. This is when they purchased the two gift bags. Whilst they were out together purchasing the party supplies, this is why the bags have the same pattern, and definitively confirms for us that the mystery gift bag was in fact gifted by Meredith. So back to our matrix. We know that the shot glasses have to be gifted by either Meredith or Angela. We now know that Meredith is the gifter of the mystery bag, therefore it has to be Angela who purchased the shot glasses. Now the episode itself actually confirms the hypothesis. When they start taking shots at reception, Angela can be seen in the background looking extremely annoyed. Angela hates spontaneity. We covered this in Angela Moe's Sex and Trauma. Her upbringing in the youth beauty pageant meant her childhood was very regimented and everything had to be rehearsed. Yankee Swap deviated from what was pre-planned, and now in this moment, the shot glasses she bought for Meredith are being used for the consumption of alcohol, which was also unplanned. And we can actually see from Michael's photos the moment where Angela cracks it, she has enough and she storms off. Why? Because it's her shot glasses being used in this spontaneous behavior. She can't take it anymore. So we can actually confirm that Angela is the gifter of the shot glasses to Meredith. That now leaves us with the paintballs and the mystery gift. Now this is where the conspiracy deepens even further. Remember the Dunder Code, guys. The Dunder Code states that the gifts were purchased for specific people. So if we're to follow the Dunder Code, then the paintballs should be for Dwight. Dwight loves paintball. In this episode, we see him giving it to Saddam.
Take that, Saddam.
When he doesn't hire his friends, he goes for a session of paintball afterwards.
Damn it.
And Mike's final gift to Dwight is an impromptu paintball battle outside of the warehouse. Dwight is the paintball guy. He loves paintball. So if we go back to our matrix and apply the Dunder Code, that means that Dwight purchased the paintballs for himself. Now this actually raises two massive issues. The first is the card that Dwight attached to his gift.
In addition to these paintball pellets, your gift includes 2 paintball lessons with Dwight Schrute.
So Dwight included 2 additional paintball lessons with the gift, and he signed the card off from Dwight. Why on earth would somebody giving a gift to themselves include a Christmas card from themselves? Well, for those following the investigation closely, we know that there is more than one Dwight. What we have termed in the anti-strangling task force as D3. So considering that which we've already investigated, the card actually makes complete sense. In this episode, we're clearly dealing with the robot Dwight. We can see from the photos that Michael Scarn took that this Christmas party is attended by the robot version of Dwight. So what we really have here is Robot Dwight purchasing the paintballs and including 1 lesson for OG Dwight and including another lesson for Clone Dwight. Now, given that he's a robot from the future, it's highly likely that he possesses advanced targeting systems and is actually able to provide OG and Clone with some advice to improve their accuracy. So we've addressed the first issue of Dwight writing a card for himself. We can make sense of everything quite clearly, and it does fit our Yankee Swap matrix. But there's a second, much bigger problem with this. If Dwight got himself a Secret Santa, that means that 2 people got themselves, Kevin and Dwight. But we know there cannot be 2. Again, those following the investigation closely will know that we have a curse in the office. The curse of 3. It is a curse that reverberates throughout the entire Scranton Strangler mystery. We have the 3-shot secret sign in the intro sequence. We've got 3 Dwight Schrutes, OG, Clone, and Robot. We've got 3 different envelopes addressed to Pam holding Jim's card. These are just 3 examples of the curse of 3. We've covered many, many more. So we have a situation where 2 staff members got themselves for Secret Santa. But it cannot be 2. It must be 3. So now the conspiracy doesn't just deepen, it starts to widen. We've just eliminated everyone from our Matrix task force. We're only left with Meredith, Mystery Gift, and Phyllis. So somehow we need to come up with a new gifter, a new gift, and a new giftee in order to fulfill the curse of 3. So somebody else got themselves for Secret Santa, a 15th person. There has to be a 15th person and a 15th gift. This now becomes a Where's Waldo, or as we say in Australia, a Where's Wally situation. Within this episode, we need to identify Meredith's mystery gift, and we need to identify a 15th gifter, gift, and giftee. And it is with great pride, Anti-Strangling Task Force, that I can tell you today that I have found them. The answers lie in this scene with Kevin. In this scene, we have the footbath on the floor, a boombox with a sticky ribbon flower attached, and a disco ball on top. I can tell you now that Meredith's mystery gift is the disco ball on top of the boombox. The 15th Secret Santa gift is the boombox. Firstly, you will notice that we have another echo of the Curse of Three. 3 gifts in the same frame. We have the footbath opened on the floor, which we know was one of the 14 gifts. We have half of the 15th gift, the boombox, also on the floor. So the creators are giving us a parallel. Gift on floor again. The speaker wire leads us to the head unit, on top of which is the disco ball. 3 gifts in the same moment, respecting the Curse of Three. Phyllis does show an affinity for dancing throughout the series. In the episode Cafe Disco, it is Phyllis who first goes down to join Michael. In the episode Christmas Party, the one that we're analyzing right now, Phyllis is grooving. You can see that she's having a good time dancing. On the booze cruise, she has a dance with Creed and is seen to be having a great time. So we do have a motif around Phyllis and her character enjoying dancing, but the ultimate confirmation is given to us in the same episode. In this case, via camera framing. When Packer arrives to the office and holds the mistletoe to his crotch, you'll notice that the camera draws our attention to Phyllis's reaction. Now, this moment is a classic misdirection. Our attention is drawn to the foreground, but we need to be paying attention to the background. You'll notice we have Kevin raising the disco ball, and finally he raises his fist. So we need to analyze the foreground and background individually as well as in unison. The foreground again echoes the Curse of Three. Got 3 characters in the foreground. In the background is Kevin raising the disco ball. The creators are trying to draw our attention to this. And at the end of his little dance, he raises his fist. He raises it behind Phyllis. So what we're seeing in this moment is a symbolic representation of who the disco ball was really for. It was for Phyllis. So that now confirms our 14th gift. For the first time ever, guys, in the world, we have confirmed what is in the mystery bag. We have confirmed how the mystery bag was procured. We even worked out exactly who got what gift. So we're now left with our final 15th gift from our mystery gifter / giftee. Because remember, the final gift is somebody else who got themselves for Secret Santa. We need to find this person in order to fulfill the Curse of Three. The first thing we're going to analyze is the ribbon on the boombox. I can tell you now it does not correspond with any of the 14 gifts that we have already covered. In fact, there are only 2 gifts that have a similar stick-on ribbon flower. Those gifts being Michael's iPod and Dwight's paintball pellets. So again, we now have another echo of the Curse of Three. 3 gifts with 3 ribbon flowers. So what do these 3 gifts have in common? They all cost more than $20. Michael's iPod cost $400. The boombox has to cost at least a couple of $100. And finally, you have to keep in mind that Dwight's paintballs came with 2 lessons, with a robot from the future with advanced targeting weaponry systems. How much do you think that's worth?
2 paintball lessons with someone as experienced as I am is worth easily like $2,000.
So the Curse of Three now links these 3 gifts together via the ribbon. 3 gifts that cost more than $20. But we also have another link to the Curse of 3. If you zoom in on the boombox in the deleted scenes, you'll see that we're on track 3 at 15 seconds. So we have another link to the Curse of 3. But not only that, the creators are now really encouraging us to work out who is the 15th, because we have to fulfill the Curse of 3. 3 staff members who got themselves for Secret Santa. Who is number 15? In this episode, Michael goes to the bottle shop to buy vodka because he ruined the 14 staff members' Secret Santa. 14 people played Yankee Swap, but he doesn't buy 14 bottles. He buys 15 bottles. 15 bottles for the 15th person. Who are they? What are they? And where are they? In the Office Writers Convention on the Season 4 DVD, when Mindy's telling us about Tom's suicide, she tells us that there are 14 people or so in the office.
So, essentially what happened is a person who worked in that office, which is only 14 people or so, 14 people or so, 14 people or so.
Who is the so? What is the so and where is the so? When Michael pays the photographer to take a picture of all the office staff together, he tells us it's extremely difficult to get a good picture of 15 people.
It was really hard getting a good picture of 15 people.
But there aren't 15 people. We only see 14 people. Where is the number 15? We have a 15 on the boombox. We have a 15th bottle of vodka. We have a 15th so that Mindy's talking about. We have a 15th in the photo we don't see. Who is this 15th person who got themselves a boombox for Secret Santa? Detective Michael Scarn has been trying to tell us all along. Task Force, he already told us.
I need to do mine first. Who's been saying that there's another person inside of me, working me with controls?
You knew it the whole time.
I knew it